The heart of Africa holds secrets that have lasted for centuries. A place where the lush beauty of the rainforest mixes with stories of suffering, mystery, and terror. The Congo, a land rich in resources and biodiversity, has been the stage for some of humanity's darkest chapters and witnessed to phenomena that defy all logical explanation. Throughout this mysterious and time-worn region, photographs have been captured that not only document reality, but also expose the deepest shadows of the human soul and of nature itself. Today we'll explore 10 chilling images, each more disturbing than the last. From unexplainable phenomena and mysterious creatures to the cruel scars of history that still stain this land. Tone shift, serious with a warning. Before we begin, be warned. What you're about to see is not for the faint of heart. These images have the power to disturb, to make you question our humanity and what we truly know about the world. If you decide to stay, join us as we descend into this spine-chilling journey, from the least to the most terrifying of all. Get ready, because what's coming won't be easily forgotten. This is a journey that will take us to the edge of our understanding and perhaps beyond. Number 10. We begin this list with an image that may seem curious, even fascinating at first. But upon closer inspection, mystery surrounds it like a thick fog. What you're looking at is a female shaman from the Mongo people, one of the most enigmatic ethnic groups in the Democratic Republic of Congo. However, something immediately draws attention. A peculiar symbol carved into her forehead, what many have called her third eye. This photo, taken decades ago, shows a spiritual leader who not only represents her people's ancient beliefs, but also holds secrets that transcend modern understanding. The third eye she bears could be a ritual scar, a symbol of spiritual power, or even a symbolic doorway to other planes of existence. For the Mongo, shamans are guardians of ancestral wisdom and mediators between the world of the living and the dead. What makes this image particularly disturbing is not just her appearance, but the stories that surround it. It is said that those who possess this third eye can see things others cannot. Spirits, omens, even glimpses of the future. Some local tales claim this woman was known for her ability to summon storms and communicate with forces only she could understand. Number 9. Now we leave behind the human realm and venture into the heart of the Congolese jungle, a place where the unknown lurks, where even the trees seem to guard eerie secrets. At number 9, we face one of the most feared and mysterious creatures from the depths of the Congo, a being so massive and camouflaged that it could be watching you without your knowledge. This image, seemingly harmless, shows a tree trunk in the thick vegetation. But look closer. In the bark hides something many would rather not have seen. A gigantic spider, perfectly camouflaged, as if the jungle itself had created it to stalk its prey. The photo was taken deep in the Congo and depicts what locals call the Jaba fofi, also known as the Congolese giant spider. According to regional reports, these creatures can grow as large as a large dog, with legs stretching over a meter long. They are said to be masters of stealth, building underground tunnels and invisible webs to trap their victims. Is this creature a leftover from a prehistoric era, or simply a local myth amplified by fear? While science has not confirmed its existence, the image you're seeing is enough to make you think twice the next time you're near a tree. Number 8. Prepare yourself for a place where battles are fought not only between men, but also between greed and morality. This place isn't a secret, but what happens here is cloaked in shadows that few dare to illuminate. In the vast, seemingly endless Congolese jungle lies a runway that doesn't appear on official maps. At first glance, it may look like a remote airstrip for connecting isolated communities. But the reality behind this image is far more sinister. This runway is a key point in the trafficking of weapons and precious minerals. Planes from foreign countries arrive filled with deadly arsenals to fuel the armed conflicts ravaging the region. And when these planes take off again, they don't leave empty. They carry gold, coltan, and diamonds stolen from the Earth's depths, leaving destruction behind. Coltan, used in manufacturing electronic devices, is one of the most coveted minerals on the planet. Yet, few know its extraction is stained with blood. The profits from this illegal trade finance wars and keep entire communities in conditions of modern slavery. This airstrip is a symbol of human greed, a place where the jungle conceals an endless cycle of exploitation and suffering. Number 7. In the quiet village of Bakoros in the Haute-Sangha region, this disturbing image was captured. What seems to be a simple record of a gorilla hunt. But look closely at the animal's face. Its vacant stare seems to hide something deeper, something not entirely of this world. Locals said this gorilla wasn't like the others. They claimed it exhibited strange behaviors, walking upright for long periods as if imitating a human. Some even claimed it possessed unusual intelligence, capable of planning ambushes. According to legend, it was considered the guardian spirit of the forest, punishing those who dared defile its home. The photo was taken as part of a colonial postcard series, but what it doesn't show is the fear the villagers felt toward this animal. Was it simply a gorilla, or are we seeing something more? Some theories suggest it could be an unclassified species, or even a mysterious hybrid. Whatever it was, its expression seems to tell a story we don't want to hear. This image is more than a reminder of the relationship between humans and nature. It's a window into a mystery that still lives deep within the Congolese jungle. If the gorilla from NOLA made us question our connection with the wild and the unknown, the next entry will take us even further, toward the limits of what we consider real. In this impenetrable jungle, where legend and science often collide, there are beings that seem to challenge us to look beyond the obvious. Number 6. In 1996, a photograph was taken deep in the Congo. At first glance, it shows a primate behind bars, but just a few more seconds of observation, and something feels off. This is no ordinary gorilla or chimpanzee. Its elongated face, piercing eyes, and strange expression defy logic. Some believe this is the legendary Kula. Described in local accounts as a hybrid between gorilla and chimpanzee, the Kula doesn't fully fit into any known category. Science has yet to confirm its existence, which only fuels the mystery. Is it a natural hybrid, a genetic mutation, or perhaps an entirely new species we haven't yet understood? Researchers attempting to classify it have found few answers, but what this photo makes clear is that the Congolese jungle hides secrets far beyond our comprehension. What other creatures lurk in the shadows, waiting to be discovered? Or worse, what others are watching us from afar, without us even realizing it? If the Kula gave us a chilling glimpse into the unknown from within a cage, the next entry plunges us into an even greater and more terrifying mystery. We leave confinement behind and return to the vast, wild territory of the Congo, where creatures that seem straight out of a nightmare silently stalk the land. Number 5. The next image captures something that shouldn't exist, a photograph taken from the sky, revealing a disturbing secret hidden in the shadows of the earth. Get ready, because what you're about to see challenges our understanding of what lives in the heart of the Congo. This image, captured in 1959 by Belgian military pilot Remy van Lierde, shows what appears to be a gigantic snake slithering through the Katanga region of the Congo. From the air, the creature seems to reach an unimaginable size, with estimates suggesting it could be between 50 and 80 feet long. Locally known as the giant snake of Katanga, this creature has been the subject of countless stories from people in the area. According to witnesses, this monster is capable of ambushing large animals, and even humans, lurking in the deep rivers and swamps. But this photograph, this is what makes the legends feel terrifyingly real. Experts who analyzed the image argued it might be a hoax or a trick of perspective. But for those who know the jungle's secrets, this giant snake is no myth. Reports of encounters with it continue to this day, although few live to tell what they truly saw. If the giant snake showed us the terrifying side of the unknown in the depths of the Congo jungle, what comes next has nothing to do with the wild or natural world. It's something far more disturbing because it involves life and death. A photograph that, at first glance, might go unnoticed, but once you uncover the truth, will send a chill down your spine. Number 4. Get ready, because number 4 shows us how, in the Congo, the ordinary can hide stories that challenge our perception of what's normal. An image that seems as simple as a motorcycle in motion, but the reality behind it is much darker. In these photographs, we see what appears to be a common scene in many rural regions of the Congo, a motorcycle transporting passengers along a dusty road. But look closely, something is off. The two passengers sitting behind the driver are completely motionless, wrapped in cloth. No expressions, no movement, just an eerie silence. What you're seeing is not a regular ride. The two passengers are no longer alive. This is a practice that, although shocking, is not unusual in some rural areas. Due to the lack of proper transportation, the bodies of the deceased are carried this way to be buried in their home villages, a final journey that defies logic and the respect for the dead in many Western cultures. But what makes this image truly disturbing is not just the fact that lifeless bodies are being transported on a motorcycle, but the apparent indifference of those around the scene. To those who witness it, this is everyday life, a practical solution in a place where life and death coexist under the most extreme circumstances. The Congo, a land rich in culture and tradition, is also a place where the daily struggle for survival redefines what we consider normal. This image shows us how, in the middle of the ordinary, lie realities that are as unsettling as they are impactful. If number 4 showed us a disturbing connection between daily life and death, the next entry takes us into the realm of the unexplained, a place where legends come to life and what we think we know becomes a mere illusion. Number 3. Get ready, because in this entry, we face a creature that seems to have escaped the confines of time, a predator that shouldn't exist, yet whose shadow still lurks in the Congo. What you're seeing is a photograph taken decades ago in the Congo, an image that, according to those who defend it, shows the legendary Casai Rex. In the picture, you can see what appears to be a fallen rhinoceros, and on top of it, the blurry figure of a creature that seems like it doesn't belong to this world. The Casai Rex is described as a massive predator, similar to a dinosaur, supposedly inhabiting the Kasai region of the Congo. According to reports, this creature has been sighted on several occasions, stalking the grasslands and forests. With its powerful body and deadly jaws, it's said to be capable of taking down the largest animals in the region, and perhaps even humans who cross its path. The photograph, though blurry and old, has been the subject of intense debate. Some consider it irrefutable evidence that prehistoric creatures might still exist in the most remote corners of the world. Others believe it's simply an elaborate hoax, a product of fear and imagination. But what makes this image truly unsettling isn't just the creature itself. It's the possibility that we're not as alone as we think on the evolutionary chain. What other creatures could be lurking, waiting to be discovered? And what would we do if we ever came face to face with them? If the Casai Rex took us into a world where science and legend collide, the next entry drags us back into brutal reality. It's not a creature that terrifies us here, but the true beast, humanity. A photograph that not only captures the horror of the past, but also reminds us how far cruelty can go when greed and power know no bounds. Number 2. Get ready, because number 2 takes us to one of the darkest chapters in the history of the Congo. A photograph that is as disturbing as it is heartbreaking. What you're seeing is one of the most infamous images from the colonial period in the Congo. At first glance, it might look like a simple portrait, but every detail in this photograph screams suffering and oppression. On the left, a Belgian colonist dressed in pristine white, symbol of imperial authority. The Belgian is seen holding the wounded arm of a young Congolese boy, a macabre symbol of the atrocities committed under the regime of Leopold II. Between 1885 and 1908, the Congo was ruled as the private property of King Leopold II of Belgium. During this period, millions of Congolese people were subjected to forced labor, torture, and even more horrifying acts, all in the name of rubber and ivory extraction to enrich the monarch and his kingdom. Those who failed to meet quotas were punished in the most atrocious ways, as shown in this photograph. But this image does not only represent the pain of a single victim, it represents the face of a system that dehumanized an entire people, and that was ignored by the rest of the world for years. This photograph is a reminder of what happens when all humanity is lost. It forces us to confront our own failures as a species, and the indifference that allowed atrocities like this to continue for so long. Until now, we've traveled a path full of horrors, mysteries, and tragedies. From impossible creatures to unimaginable cruelty, we've explored the darkest corners of the Congo's jungle and of our own humanity. But there is one photograph that stands above all others, an image that not only captures suffering, but condenses it into a single moment that will leave you speechless. Number 1. This number 1 spot is not only terrifying because of what it shows, but because of what it symbolizes. It is the purest representation of how an era of greed and exploitation marked entire generations and still echoes into the present. In this photograph, we see a man sitting, his gaze lost, staring at what appears to be human remains. No words are needed because the image says it all. This man is a direct victim of the Congo Free State regime, a period of horror and exploitation under the rule of King Leopold II of Belgium. The man, stripped of all hope, stares at what used to be the hands and feet of his daughter. This brutal punishment was a common practice during the regime, used to terrorize villagers into meeting rubber production quotas. But beyond the gruesome detail, what this image truly conveys is the emotional devastation of a father who has lost not only his child, but also his dignity and his humanity. This photograph, taken by missionaries trying to expose the atrocities of the time, became one of the most iconic images of colonial barbarity. It's not just a historical record, it's irrefutable proof of how far human cruelty can go when ambition knows no limits. This photo takes the number 1 spot because it's not just an image, it's a scream of despair, a wound that has never healed. It forces us to confront an uncomfortable truth, that history is not always glorious, and that the scars it leaves can last for generations. In this man, we see all the victims of the Congo Free State, all the broken families, and the suffering left behind as the legacy of one of humanity's darkest eras. This photograph doesn't just ask us to remember, it demands that we never forget. And that concludes our journey through the 10 most chilling photographs taken in the Congo. Each image told us a story, but this last one showed us the deepest face of human suffering, because sometimes the most terrifying thing isn't the unknown, it's what humans are capable of doing to each other. bonus. And to end this journey on an even more unsettling note, we leave you with this image. Captured in what appears to be an improvised zoo somewhere in Central Africa, it shows a creature that's difficult to classify. A failed experiment? A digital hoax? Or simply a hyper-realistic animatronic figure? What's certain is that the image has circulated in cryptozoology forums as alleged evidence of an unknown creature captured in the Congo. But even among believers, it raises more questions than answers. Tone shifts to colder, more mysterious. Perhaps it's just an elaborate prank, or maybe there are more things behind bars than the world is ready to accept.